Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena Bradshaw, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. What the holistic human performance community has turned into is something beyond words. I am so grateful for each and every single one of you. And I wanted to talk about what the community is all about. And really, it just started with me going through a really low time in life, where I did not have my health as a 2-time cancer survivor. And I really leaned into holistic health, that lifestyle, changing everything about it. Really taking a deep dive into energy medicine and spirituality and combining all of these different aspects of mind, body, and soul together that helped me heal on a deep level. And now I am following out my soul's mission and purpose and bringing this to you all. And so I want to invite you inside of the holistic human performance community. We have an app, which is the HHP app on Apple and Google Play, which you can also get all of these goodies on the desktop as well. And really what you're going to find inside of this community, I call it the Virtual Wellness Center. It's going to be all about holistic health, spirituality, energetics, all different practices, tools, modalities. So we have things like sound bath meditations, we have breath work, we have tapping series, we have workouts, we have somatic healing, we have masterclass series, we have programs. I have other professionals come on inside of the app to teach. So there's so many cool things you get inside of this community. And so I wanted to give this to you all as a membership. And what you're getting is a monthly membership where you have 300 plus on-demand videos, plus live stream classes and programs and courses. You're literally getting all of these incredible tools to take with you wherever, whenever you need. And so for $33 per month, you get access to this. Or you can do annual, which is $320 for the year. You're getting all of this inside of the Holistic Human Performance Virtual Wellness Center. And not only that, you could try it out for 1 week free and cancel whenever you want. So these are things that are going to help reprogram your subconscious mind, you regulate your nervous system, keep you healthy and navigating life with full life force energy, and really helping you to express yourself authentically while also enhancing your health and your well-being so that you can find and follow your soul's mission and purpose. So I invite you inside of this community. It is so beautiful and juicy. And not to mention, we have a whole section inside of the app where it is a community forum so we can chat with each other and talk about our wins, what we're going through, and so much more. And I don't know if I mentioned, if you are a one-on-one coaching client, you get full access to the entire Virtual Wellness Center membership. So I invite you inside of the HHP community. Again, you can get your week free trial on Apple or Google Play or right on your desktop at holistichumanperformance.co. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. We have our amazing astrologer with us today, Jake Santora, and we are getting into that Cancerian energy. I am biased because that's my sign, so I'm excited to chat about it. And as we're recording this, I just want to say energy's been wild. We had Jupiter enter Cancer, and it's been that's an expansive planet, and Jake's gonna get more into that, but it's been pretty chaotic. Let's just say that. We've been seeing a theme with the collective, and a lot of people kind of feeling the feels, but not knowing how to regulate their nervous system, regulate their emotions, and not realizing that your actions cause a ripple effect out into the world. As small of an action as it is, we've been seeing this a lot, so we wanted to touch on that as well. However, I just want to say happy summertime, happy Cancer season. I'm all here for it because I'm biased. So, hey, Jake.
Hello, hello. Yes, happy early birthday, Jenna. And
Woo!
I love how you point out, right? And for those new listeners to people that know astrology, right, what Jen and I always preference in our astrology is, for our themes, it's literally always looking up at the universe. This holistic approach that we take. We talk about universal alignment. We talk about energies as having frequencies, and those frequencies that resonate off of our souls, are going to resonate into the world. And then the universal energy literally above us in the sky with all these beautiful planets and these star alignments, that's what we are saying when something enters a, sign. It's literally Jupiter above us, to your point, is entering the cosmic alignment of those stars of Cancer. And that's where for us, for astrology is so powerful because it's just literally above us. We've got these beautiful symbols in our charts. We've got these beautiful planetary energies that we can chat about, discuss about. But if you're a spiritual person and find value in these holistic approaches, I mean, you can look at the moon every night. That moon is going to be there. That sun is going to rise. And the last piece of that puzzle, right? Yes, Jupiter is in Cancer, but the value with our seasonalities is always going back to when we say Cancer season and leaving Gemini season, is that correlation that above us, the sun has moved out of that star correlation of Gemini and into Cancer. So it's this sun energy that is pivotal in this season time over these next few weeks is going to have that Cancer energy because it's almost like a magnifying glass when the sun beams through it, and it's like the magnifying glass has the Cancer energy, and it's magnifying the energy of our world right now for all of us to have this collective Cancer energy. Now, for those like yourself who are Cancers as their sun sign, it's a beautiful opportunity where you'll resonate and understand that energy more. And you've already hit home a bunch of those: emotion, mood. What are these Cancer energies? The caring is so important. But yeah, I would love, before we get into the planetary rulership and the energies, like, Jenna, what does Cancer season mean to you, or Cancer sign mean to you from a true Cancer?
Ooh. So, so we shifted from Gemini, which is air and also very like intellectual, so like in the mind. And now Cancerian energy is very much like the body to me. It's very like emotional regulation. It's watery, it's flowy, it's very maternal and very
Mm,
nurturing. And also very nurturing to the self. I find that a lot of Cancerians, and especially myself growing up, I was very nurturing to other people, but not very nurturing to myself. In a way, I was like the foundational way of like health, of course. But in terms of nurturing my emotional frequency and regulation, that was something that I had to learn growing
mm,
up for sure. And now that I've gotten to a point of like that emotional stability, regulation, obviously not letting, I know a lot of Cancerians too, like we have that hard shell, but we're very soft inside, but we don't like to let people in like that. So
mm.
it's all about emotions, emotional regulation, and nurturing to the self, how to mother the self in a very grounded, calm way.
Mm, that is beautiful. I think we're good. You just nailed it all. That is absolutely beautiful. Everything you said, and I think the two biggest ones that stand out is one of the biggest preference of like In astrology, we'll use the word harmony and discord, right? So we don't really look at things as good or bad. It's just not in a judging way. It's just like, man, I hope the collective gets there. That's what you and I are trying to bring into the society of like, there really is no good or bad. There's lessons, there's opportunities, there's manifestations, there's experiences. And if you came here to evolve this soul, have your experiences and enjoy the process of evolving. And if there's no good or bad, then it's just more of like, well, what feels good, and that's such the Cancer energy because it also relates to the moon, right? So we always talk rulership with our astrology, and the planetary ruler of Cancer is the moon. So twofold to that is you're talking about the motherly, the feminine side, right? That's kind of what the moon resembles in everybody's charts, including males, right? The part of value of astrology is if you're not looking at it good or bad, we can de-emphasize any racism, sexuality, like these discordant things that are in our experience because it's a freaking chart and it's energy that we can acknowledge and appreciate of everybody. So men
Mm-hmm.
have this nurturing energy, even if they're hiding it, right? But
Mm-hmm.
it creates like this beautiful equilibrium almost when you're just thinking energy, and you have such appreciation. And I have a deep appreciation for the Cancer energy because everyone needs that nurturing in your life. You need a little bit of care in that life. And not everyone's great at giving that care sometimes, for whatever reason. But this moon energy, this Cancer energy is identified as that motherly figure, that caring, that kindness. But you really hit home there of, this message that I keep seeing from the universe, and it's whether it's on social media or a thing, it's more you can't help anybody if you haven't taken care of yourself.
Mm.
And I think that's that discord sometimes of, there's this Cancer energy that I got everybody's back. I can help everybody. I can give more. I can give more. Keep going. And then you almost lay in the bed and you're just crashed at 1 a.m. and you forgot, like, did I meditate? Did I eat? Did I do these things that are going to make my emotions feel satisfied, my emotions feel okay? And that would be the second fold that's so important around this season is honoring those emotions, but the realization of what I love about the moon in this scenario is it's one of the most consistent things we have, right? Outside of maybe time, whether that's illusion or not, but the moon continues to grow, dissolve, grow. We have full moons, we have half moons. This literally energy of the moon is just replace the N with a D. It's your mood
Yes.
over time, right? So your average mood over time. And that can be daily, that can be weekly, but honoring every mood that you enter, whether it is shame and blame, maybe you feel that. How fast can I shift that mood to joy, excitement, right? But my favorite thing is you can again look in the sky, you'll see where the moon is. It's got the Cancer energy in this scenario too, but it really is that remembering that over 30 days, that moon is going to go, expand, be in different shapes, different sizes, and it's still beautiful. It still has its power. So us as souls are beautiful no matter what mood that we're in, but it's about honoring that mood and recognizing it for sure. And you said it beautifully that you're probably much more in touch with this powerful in your chart than maybe some others. But this is again for everybody, the collective energy of Cancer season is basically giving you a hug this year because this season because that's what it's supposed to do.
And let me tell you, once I started, because the ruler of Cancer is the moon, you're literally considered daughter of the moon. When I started leaning into lunar living, it was an absolute game changer for me because I started to notice that literally full moons, new moons, waning, waxing moons, it affected me like on a level that I was
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh, like I can't even ignore it anymore. And once I started to live with those cycles of the moon, and some days obviously I would have less energy, more energy, and I'm like, what's the moon doing today? And I would lean into that, and that's how I also, and again, I lean into astrology too. And we've spoken about this, how millionaires don't use astrology but billionaires use astrology, and it's one of those things where once you lean into astrology and learn more about your soul's blueprint, what makes you tick, what you're meant to do in this lifetime, how you can be more successful, whatever your goals are. When you lean into that, your entire life changes. Everything changes. And it's made such a difference, even to the point where I hit up Jake and I was like, hey, we need to look into the astrology, the birth chart of holistic human performance. And we did that. And it was the coolest thing ever to learn about. And even Jake was like, this is insane right now with what you're doing. And you wouldn't even think like the goal, the goal of holistic human performance, of course, but then when it's validated and Jake is just telling me like, oh no, like the sun is here, like I think it was what, the 10th house and the 8th house, I
Yeah.
think, were
Yeah.
like super, super strong with planetary alignment. And he's like, this makes so much sense with like what you're doing with holistic health and spirituality and like just bringing that together. It is so cool. And also, I will say this, water signs and especially Cancerians are extremely intuitive. And I don't know about you, Jake, but I've been seeing this too a lot, people ignoring their intuitions.
Mhm.
And this is almost like test time where it's like, are you going to continue to ignore your intuition and then continue this loop and continue this cycle? Or are you going to lean into it and train that muscle? And again, this is what part of what we do at Holistic Human Performance, train that spiritual muscle so that you can start to manifest, become healthier, live your most aligned, happiest, healthiest life. Like that's the goal at the end of the day. And you can't do that if you ignore your intuition.
Mhm. Hmm. Well said. Well said. And that's where it's like, you go onto a holistic human performance app. There are these moon meditations that you've created too, which, man, that power is just so, to your point, it's like seeing the holistic human performance, chart, seeing your chart, seeing other people's charts, my own chart. It's just like it's not made up. Like this shit is real once you know the language, and then it's real because you feel it. And then it's real because the patterns of your experience of how you relate to those energies are going to manifest. It's just that's the law of attraction. That's the law of the universe. And if you're willing to do the work, and to your point of you gain clarity, you gain perspective. And this might bring in my modern psychology hat as I'm going for my master's in the therapeutic process. But in modern psychology, and my mentor has said this word a couple times, it really resonated for astrology readings. He said, it's narrative therapy. Narrative therapy is a real thing in modern culture, right? And it's the realization that one, the client's the expert, meaning us, we are the expert, and we make narratives up in our head that define our reality. Now, are those, again, society might say good or bad narratives? Is it a harmonized narrative? Is it a discord narrative? Because there is no good or bad. It's just what's going on now. It doesn't mean you can't change if it's not harmonized right for you. But seeing your charts, seeing these energies, it's so freaking fascinating. It can give you comfort of like, all right, I need to work a little harder at this. I need a little more Cancer energy. When can I have this opportunity to do so? And it just makes this so, so incredible. And alignment's great from the aligning with the universal frequencies. I was reading a little bit, and one of my favorite words actually came more, I'm tuning. I'm tuning in, right? And it's like you're tuning your planetary energies. And then what you're tuning into is what's great for you so that it's already in the quantum field. It's already in this universal energy around you. If you tune it, it's just like now you're playing the guitar like Eric Clapton. Like now you're writing a symphony, right? It's this freaking beautiful, beautiful approach where anything is you're unstoppable. Anything is possible, but also anything quote unquote being possible. What if you really fine-tuned it so much that your manifestation of what you really wanted and your highest purpose was tuned into that, and your soul just takes the wheel? It's like, Jesus takes the wheel, whatever religion it is, like just take the wheel, my soul, because it's yelling at me anyways. And I'd love if I found alignment with that soul and we're tuned in. It's like, oh, endless, endless potential. And then last piece on that with the planet of the moon, you talked about the phases, which are great. My other consistent value with the moon in someone's birth chart is the fact that it's still consistent based on how fast the transiting moon
Mm.
moves through someone's chart. And I mean the transiting moon by every 1 to 2 days or so, it kind of goes through each of the houses of someone's chart. So we have 1 through 12 houses. But what's really cool is if you just focus on the moon, and this is a great season to do so, it's where's the moon in my chart right now? What phase is it in? Yes, to understand what's the powerful energy from a volume standpoint, almost like a radio dial. But what channel am I on from the radio dial will relate to the house. So it could go even further of, ooh, the moon just passed my first house and now is in my second. Maybe
Mm,
this nurturing energy went from self-identification to financial support, right? And now you're navigating this chart, and then what planets are in my house? What's my moon tapping into? So for you, once it gets to that 12th house where your sun Cancer is beautifully sitting, it's like, ooh, the intensification, I bet, from experiences of that Cancer energy might be showing up even more because it's really triggering your sun right there. But just another consistent approach where you can really tap in and leverage this energy.
love that. And then what's like the question of the season?
Question of the season. So I think, right, we talked a lot about nurturing, a lot about caring, and I loved how you first started us off, right? It's like, how do I care enough for myself and then for others almost? Or like growing up, right? I was caring so much for others, and then you've adapted and evolved and look at the work you're doing for people. It's like the perfect Cancer energy to do this work at Holistic Human Performance, and the impact you make on lives is just you show up, right? And you have that nurturing energy. But I think to the point, it's, are you showing up enough for yourself? Or where could you nurture yourself more? And we always go back to the self because it's your energy, it's your chart. And I truly believe if everyone is operating to the optimal ability of their own energy field, that's how the world can just become a harmonized place. So it's going to come back to you, but where or how could you nurture yourself better and lean into that and see where it would take you?
Love that. And guys, if you want like a picture, right, of your birth natal chart, we will send that to you. Jake will send that to you complimentary. Just hit us up. You can either, hit Jake up, you can hit my at holistic HP on social media, listening to this podcast, get back to us. Like, if you want to know more about your blueprint, hit us up. Jake will send you literally your birth natal chart. It's so fascinating, and there's so much more that goes into it, but we'll end it there. And this, like, I'm just so excited to see kind of like where this shifts into. We have so many goodies coming up. Jake's gonna have more master classes that he's gonna be teaching inside of the Holistic Human Performance app. He has fantastic astrological meditations for those of you who are interested in that. You can also find that right on the app. You get a week free trial. Try them out, see if you like it, cancel anytime. And what else? We have so many more things coming, so stay tuned for all of the goodies. But with that, thank you so much. Guys, stay tuned. We do this every single month, actually twice a month. We have Jake come in and teach us about the seasons of the energetic seasonality of what's going on. So stay tuned. If you like this, like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.